Facebook is always trying to make life difficult for library marketers, and their security options are no exception. We're going to talk about how to manage your library's Facebook profile in a way that keeps your account safe without burdening your staff, if you have one, in this episode of the Library Marketing Show. Hi, everyone. I'm Angela Hursh. I run the blog superlibrarymarketing.com. Head on over there, look for in the bottom left-hand corner a place where you can sign up to get emails every time I post. You can also nominate your library or another library for Kudos. That's when we give a shout out to libraries doing something unusual, unique, or fun in library marketing. You can do that by clicking on the Library Marketing Show tab. Let's start today's episode with Kudos, and Kudos are going today to the Daniel Boone Regional Library for something incredibly simple but effective. They send a book hot list to their local media outlet, looks like their newspaper, which I will put a link to down below. There's nothing to write. It is literally just a list of books in various age ranges and topics and formats that happen to be getting a lot of checkouts at the library at the moment. This is brilliant. As a reader, this would be something fun for me to see in my local paper in relation to my library. It would also kind of create a little bit of FOMO for me if I saw that there were some books in the top hot list that I hadn't read. And it is probably an incredibly simple thing for Daniel Boone Regional Library to do. So I thought it was awesome and they deserved a shout out. Great job. All right, let's get into today's topic, which is that very real frustration that many libraries are feeling about a rule that Facebook has, which says you have to use your personal account to manage your library's page. Why is that? And is it a security risk? Let's get into it. So a viewer messaged me recently and asked about this. They were under the impression that their employees could have an email address that's connected to their personal Facebook and then another email address, specifically their work email address, that is connected to their library's Facebook page. Meta does not allow that. You have to use your personal email that you have attached to your personal Facebook page to manage your library's page. One thing to remember is that if your staff try to create multiple accounts so that they have a personal Facebook and then they have a Facebook that manages your library's page, that account, that second account, the duplicate is going to get flagged. And that could have an impact on your Facebook page. Your Facebook page could get suspended or locked up. And as you know, Facebook is notoriously difficult. Actually, I'm going to use the word impossible to get any support from. Once your Facebook page is locked, you may have to start all over again. In fact, I did a story with somebody who had their Facebook page locked up and they had to start all over. I'm going to put the link to that down in the comments just as a cautionary tale. So what can you do about this? My number one tip is to use a scheduler. Either use Meta's Business Suite if you don't use that already, or get a third-party scheduler like Hootsuite. That is kind of, think of it like a management console for your entire page. It's going to let you assign different roles to people with different permissions, and it'll be an easy way to add and remove people as staff turnover happens at your library. You still have to use those folks' personal accounts, but it just gives you some structure, and it kind of is I don't want to call it a wall, but it's sort of a step back from just logging on to your personal account, switching over to your library's page, and then posting something. It makes it a little less risky for your library on Facebook. And remind staff to do things to make their personal accounts secure. That is two-factor authentication, using strong passwords, using an authenticator like Google Authenticator or another authenticator tool to log in. I know it's a pain in the, you know what? I do this all the time, so I understand it takes time when you're using those extra security steps, but boy, is it worth it. All right, so with all that in mind, I'm very curious, has your library faced an issue with all of the security and especially with the duplicate account rule from Meta at your library? Have you faced that or some other issue with security with another social media platform? I am really curious. I bet my viewers are too. Let us know down in the comments. And that's it for today's episode of the Library Marketing Show, but my channel is full of other tips and help for libraries doing marketing. If you want to learn more, Head on over to this next video and I'll meet you there.